Hello everyone, how's summer? Hot? Yeah, that sounds about right. If your house has an air conditioner, that's probably not that big of an issue for you, except for maybe for your electrical bill. Our house has two air conditioners, but they're both at the furthest corners from my room, so I just live in hell. That's why I got this fan, but
There was a memo.
yeah, that's not gonna help if it's straying away from me, is it? I can turn it towards me with this app again, but I can't really be bothered to rotate it myself when I switch from lying on my bed, scrolling through social media, to grinding solo queue. So what if it could see me and find me? So what I want is for this fan to keep me cool wherever I'm in the room. That means we have to basically make it so that it can find me and then also be able to turn towards me. So let's just make a thing that can find me first. Basically, we're going to throw this Raspberry Pi and camera on the fan so that it can look for me. If it sees me in the area, it'll turn towards me. If it doesn't see me, we want the fan to oscillate until it finds me. To do this, we want to feed footage from the Raspberry Pi's camera into an AI that I'll be running on my MacBook that can locate the humans in the footage. The Raspberry Pi's code is pretty simple. All I have to do is basically make a loop that takes a picture every time it loops and then sends that image to my MacBook. As for the AI, we can use the only look once object detection code on the frame sent by the Raspberry Pi and make it so that it only detects humans by removing the classes it's allowed to detect except people. Pretty simple so far. It also works on my MacBook's webcam, and here it is. As you can see, the FPS is slow, but please bear with me for a little bit longer. It seems to do what it's supposed to do, as in detect me, so we're just going to add a little bit of we're basically going to add code that can basically track the center of the screen, which you can actually kind of see right now already, because I halfway made it already. But we're also going to add a code that can detect the center of the box that surrounds me, so that we can find the distance between the two and like find out whether we want to turn the fan or not. And this is a demo with a line drawn between the center of the screen and the center of the box that surrounds the detection code. We're basically going to be using the horizontal distance between me and the center of the screen to decide whether the fan should turn or not. And if I'm beyond that threshold, then I will have the fan turn towards me. And if I'm completely not on the screen at all, then it will basically oscillate until it just finds someone. Now that we know how to track humans and when to actually turn the fan, now we have to actually turn the fan. So what we have to do is basically find a way to communicate with the fan, and for this there tends to be an easy method, which is called Googling an API that can actually communicate with the fan, because first of all, there's already an Android app which lets you communicate with the fan, officially created by the company that sells these fans, so someone would have probably already decompiled it already and turned it into an API that other people can use. Looks like there is an API, but it's from 4 years ago. Okay. It might be deprecated. Let's check. Oh yeah, it seems to not work anymore. Thankfully, there is an alternative. It's called Homebridge, which basically lets us connect different devices to Apple's HomeKit. This is a specific plugin that basically connects Dyson's Pure Cool fans, which is one of the fans I'm using, to this HomeKit. So it'll let me control the fan from my MacBook, which is what we wanted to do anyway. So yeah, this is the Homebridge thing set up. As you can see, this is the home app on my MacBook. So we have the Dyson fan connected to HomeKit now. So this thing doesn't allow for like specific angle rotations, but we can still work with the oscillate function, because we can just make it so that if I'm not at the center of the screen, it'll oscillate, and if I'm at the center of the screen, then it'll just stop oscillating. So the final plan is for the Raspberry Pi to send footage over to my MacBook and have the MacBook analyze the footage using object detection, and then if I'm within the conditions for switching between oscillating or not oscillating, then it will click that button, and then it'll change from oscillating to non-oscillating or non-oscillating to oscillating. And this is it in action. Then it stops rotating and you can see me, but it didn't see me. How sad. Did it just see me and like turn back? It can like barely see me. I think it just sees me. Hello? I feel like it's like barely seeing me, and whenever it sees me, it just rotates out of view because it's not reacting fast enough. Let's try changing angles. Please recognize me, so I did. Hello. Yeah, the reaction time seems to be a little bit off, but it does seem to work pretty well. It just rotates within this little field now, where I am. So yeah, now that my fan can actually turn towards people that are in the room, and fan wind towards them, I think that that's going to be the end of this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be also posting all the code that I used onto GitHub, and the link should be down in the description below. So if you guys could help me improve upon my code, or you can also try to help me get Dyson to release the API publicly so that we can get direct angle adjustments rather than having to just press oscillate on HomeKit. That'll be really great. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.